because we all got to work together here. It's not going to be our favoriteest thing to pack up a whole house, but we got to make sure we work together and we work as a team. Don't get snippy with each other. Don't get argumentative with each other, because we all are just going to try our best to work together. Don't feel like you did more than somebody else, because all of us are going to work together to have this moving part, to get us moving, because if you don't work together, then where's that going to lead to?
Hello everyone, we are Greg and Jacquie Francis, and welcome to High Performance Parenting, where our passionate goal is to encourage you to raise champion children in a crazy world. Every week we will bring you multiple episodes from our extensive experience of raising our six happy, healthy, successful, godly kids who are confidently equipped to win big in life.
We deeply believe that any parent who is provided with the right knowledge and continual support can raise amazing kids. And when they do, all of our futures get better. If raising up future generations of absolute champions matters to you as much as it does to us, here's how you can contribute. Like and share this podcast with everyone you know. And together, let's embrace this journey of raising champion kids in a crazy world.
So here we are, we're back, and in the studio we have me, Crissy, Abbie, and of course Mom. And today we're going to be talking about the joys and stresses and how to get through it as a family of moving.
It's crazy, Chris. We have been moving back to back. It seems like we have not settled down. So
yeah.
literally a year ago.
Pretty much
this month,
yeah.
We were packing up our previous house in Wisconsin.
Yep.
And then we unloaded it.
Yep.
In the spring.
Yeah.
And then we're packing up our
goodness.
house in Florida, same time.
Yep.
To unload it
in the spring. Yeah, again.
Do you think we're pros at this now?
I do think so.
Here, we're doing a lot of spring cleaning.
You would think it's like spring cleaning. It's just that we don't get rid of a lot of stuff.
No. Having a family our size, we don't get rid of a lot of stuff.
I mean, I feel like we keep trying to, but we really have no idea how we're going to get all of our stuff into the next house.
Oh my goodness, it's so much stuff. We
have so much stuff.
Oh my
So
goodness.
to just catch you up, here we are. So last year we sold our Wisconsin home, and I gotta tell you, like as a team, we worked so hard.
Really hard. It was like we had a whole month with pretty much no homework because we were so busy.
And we also had like 3 times what normal people have in our moving truck.
So no homework for a month. Wow, Chris, that was
it was great.
We still caught up though. We didn't, Mom.
So we did this whole thing where we packed up our home there. I mean, when we say we, I mean the moving people were helping. It was like a full team event.
Yeah.
But we were pretty exhausted.
We were very exhausted.
We were exhausted.
Yeah.
So from that, packing up that whole house, we then came to our Florida home for about 4 or 5 months.
Mm-hmm. After packing it up.
After packing it up. We were just like, it is time for a break. Let's go to our Florida home. Everybody was super thankful we didn't have to pack anymore.
And it was cold too, and in Wisconsin. So we came down to sunny Florida and just enjoyed ourselves.
And we were like, this is great, right? Like,
yeah, it was amazing having a little break.
And by the way, if it's echoing, it's in here. Our studio right now is empty. It's just my girls and 2 microphones.
Yeah.
Because
and
they've
2
taken
stools to put all this stuff on.
Because they took all of our stuff out. The movers are here currently right now. And here we are in the midst of it all, sending or doing a podcast, I should say.
Right. So if you hear some background noise, you know what it's from.
It's packaging tape. Is what
Yeah.
it is. But so we came here and we were super thankful. We enjoyed it. And then we went to our Boise house and had to unpack everything the movers.
Yeah, that was
us.
Tons of boxes. Over 200 things that we
Oh my gosh.
brought.
It's almost like Christmas. We got to see all of our stuff again.
Right. And it's like,
Right.
guys, we literally were in Florida for 5 months without this stuff. We can do without most of this.
Right. And then we enjoyed everything. And then we came back to our Florida home. And you would think we could literally just get rid of everything here. Because we've been living without it again.
Right. For 8 months.
For 8 months. Nope. We packed up a whole bunch more stuff to take back. And
right.
so
We have like our own truck. Our own
whole nother moving truck.
From our second home.
From our second home. So again, we could go on, and we're not the best experts on how to purge at this point, but we do have some experience and maybe a little expertise on how to pack, work as a team, and make it fun regardless.
Yep, exactly.
Right.
And we wanted to go over that.
Yeah.
Because maybe some of you guys are going through some life changes where either you're selling a house or moving to a new place or thinking about, in the future what it looks like to move as a family. I know personally, it always was so hard to think to move from one house to the other, mainly because of all the memories that we're leaving from one house. But knowing that as long as we're all together, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, especially in the Wisconsin house. It was hard for me before we knew we had this whole dream of being a part of Great Church. I never wanted to leave behind the memories of having the 3 labs that we used to have, and then just being at the lake and just enjoying the whole experience, because that's pretty much my memory was just at the lake house. I don't remember our house before that, which was the Illinois house. So I just really was going to miss the lake house. But once my mom and dad explained to me that this was going to be a dream that we've always been wanting, how I was actually going to have friends, because we didn't have friends. Well, many friends that we can hang out with who had the same goals and same dreams and similar goals. Philosophies, yes.
And faith, and
it just was so great now that we were in Boise to have all of those friends, and we were just enjoying them. And since we've been here in Florida, we've been texting back and forth with them. We miss each other, and we're just so excited to see each other this Sunday. And then just packing here in the Florida house, it was a little I was okay with it. It wasn't as hard as the Wisconsin house for me. It was okay because I knew that at home my big dogs are going to have their yard. And also I feel like all of us are just going to have peace knowing that we're going to be staying with our community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's such a good point, because at first when we brought up the idea of ever moving, of course, everyone has mixed emotions about it. We're all a little different, so we process it differently. And so when we first thought about leaving the lake house, it was a little challenging for some members of our family. And some of us took it differently than others. I mean, Crissy, how was your thoughts when we first moved out of our first house?
So I knew that, our parents did a really good job of explaining and being there for our emotions and everything. So even though it was hard, it was really comforting knowing that our parents were always there for us and that they always explained it to us. They weren't just like, okay guys, we're moving and we're going to Boise, Idaho, even though we've never been there, we're going there. And they didn't ever just leave it blank like that. They explained it, so it was a bit easier to go through since our parents explained it and went through it with us.
Yeah, and I think that because we slowed down and kind of explained to the kids the reason and the purpose behind us moving, it did help the whole situation. Mm-hmm. But we had to have a game plan, because coming up with everything we were doing to move there took a lot of work, moving across the whole country, making sure that we were, all prepared, both mentally, emotionally, and physically is a big part of it. And so I think with that being said, that was one thing that we did a lot of prep work for.
Mm-hmm, we did. We did definitely a lot of discussions and sometimes tough conversations, and we did a lot of prep, because if we didn't have any game plan, it would have gone, I don't know where that would have gone. It was chaos as it was with the game plan. So we had to get our game plan set, especially with 8 of us in our family. We had to figure out what all of our different roles are, maximizing our strengths in those roles so we could get it all done effectively.
Right. And so I think that it's important, if you're thinking about a move in the future, to really help prepare your family. So having multiple discussions, having them as a family, and then having them individually with the kids, because sometimes when you're in big group, you don't always feel like you can openly express how you really feel. Sometimes you just need that one-on-one time.
Yeah, I remember when we were first moving from the Wisconsin house, we had a big team meeting, which is where we all come together to discuss what is going on. And I had some feelings inside that it just wasn't quite ready yet the time to say it. And then my mom, she just knows me, how I need that one-on-one time. I need the personal attention to get out my feelings, because it can be hard. So then my mom was checking on me on a regular basis, how are you doing? What is going on? You can tell me, I am ready to hear. And so it just really, she helped me walk through this path. And then now, since we're here in Florida, it's different now. I'm not as emotional as I was at the Wisconsin house. I'm actually kind of grateful that we're going to be able to go back to Idaho and be with our whole community for a whole year and just get to enjoy that. And it would just be great.
Yeah, and it's fun because When we were in Idaho, knowing that we would have this trip down to Florida to pack up our house, we were like, oh, I'm so excited to go down to Florida for the warm weather, and there's all kinds of pros. And now that we're in Florida, we're like, okay, this was a good season, but now I'm excited to get back to our community. I'm excited to get back to our non-humid weather. I'm excited to actually be able to do my hair again. I'm excited to have my friends again. We're excited to have our dogs having their big land, because, even our little golden doodle Molly, we're only on like a quarter of an acre here. She loves the big acre lot that we have in Idaho. So we're excited to see her be able to run around and chase her sisters and everything. And there's so many more pros in Idaho having a good, godly community than there was here not being surrounded by great people like we are in Idaho.
Right. And such a good point that in general, sometimes, it takes time to process all this, and then after you have a chance to process it and go over it and discuss it, and like Crissy was maybe going to hit on, you processed it a little differently than Abbie did.
Yeah, I did, because I'm normally I'm a thinker by nature, by personality, whatever. I'm a deep thinker, and that can be my strength when I process things quick. Like, that's how my personality is. But if I overthink, like in certain whatever sports, like golf, I can overthink. If I overthink, then I can get stressed out. So just having to choose to not overthink everything and just go with the flow, but still use my strength of being a good thinker to help maximize everybody else's strengths around me.
Mm-hmm. And some of the other kids processed it even differently. Like Bella was definitely different than both of you guys.
Yes, she was. She's super peaceful. She's like got that peaceful personality. She brings peace to all of us who are very strong-willed and want to be the leader. So if she was in thought, or she was just kind of trying to process something, she would get quiet, and we would be like, okay, Belle, what's going on? You can tell us anything. So in our girl room, me, Abbie, and Bella got to share a room. We could talk about whatever at nighttime when we're supposed to be in bed, but we can still talk. And so it's fun just being able to all open up to each other and feel safe in our home.
Yeah, it's so nice. Like, we're kind of going to a different course here, but being together in our room together with us three together, it was just a great, time where we can discuss what is going on, what are our feelings, because Mom could get that individual time, but also we can get that time between each other, so it wasn't kind of separated. And it was just a great way to be able to get our feelings out and to help each other navigate and walk through it.
Right. And then the little kids even processed it even differently.
Yep, they're just definitely the want to go have fun, and they're not super stressed out. They're just carefree, and so they are like, okay, this is gonna be a fun adventure. Let's do it. Let's do something new. So they're pretty excited. At times they could have moments where they would be a little emotional, because they pretty much grew up in the Wisconsin house, so they would have moments, but mostly they were pretty careless and stress-free.
Right. I think, first of all, Drews is one of those people that as long as he has an opportunity to do any boy thing he wants to do whatsoever, he's going to have fun anywhere doing anything.
Or even if it's taking apart furniture to move it. He doesn't mind.
He's one of the best at doing it, but best attitudes when we move.
Sure.
He literally, we woke up, yesterday, knowing that the moving guys were coming today. And he's like, today's going to be an awesome day. Let's get some stuff done today.
Yeah, he's like, this is a great day, Mom.
I know. And he was breaking down stuff and labeling stuff and, just really going to work. And at the end of the night, he goes, today was an awesome day. Such a good attitude about all the work we need to get done.
Right, he loves having boy time with Daddy. So if whatever he has to do, whether it's work or play, he loves having time with Dad, just doing boy stuff, because he's good at it. He's naturally good at any boy thing.
And that's another thing that Mom and Dad reviewed with us. They reviewed that we're going to have a good attitude and be able to just be good at it and just have a good attitude about what's going on right now, because we all got to work together here. It's not going to be our favoriteest thing to pack up a whole house, but we got to make sure we work together and we work as a team. Don't get snippy with each other. Don't get argumentative with each other, because we all are just going to try our best to work together. Don't feel like you did more than somebody else, because all of us are going to work together to have this moving part, to get us moving, because if you don't work together, then where's that going to lead to? So you got to make sure that you're always working together, and that's what Mom and Dad told us right in the beginning, is they're we got to make sure we work together. That's the thing. We can do hard things, but we got to do the hard things together. So that's what Mom and Dad have been teaching us, make sure we work together in the stage. Just try your best to have the best attitude you can in this season.
That's good. Well, maybe we should hit on this a little bit more in the next episode.
Yes, we should.
All right, till next time.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening and thanks for your love and support. We hope that today's episode added tremendous value to you and your family. It would mean so much to us if you would partner with us on our mission of helping parents around the globe raise champion children in this crazy world.
To do so, simply take a moment to like and share this podcast with everyone in your network. See you next time.